Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the beach here in South Florida, and I've only been here for, I guess, maybe about a week to 10 days, and wow, it's expensive in South Florida. I thought I had money, but South Florida makes you feel poor. Look, I'm going to talk about the economy at this point because a lot of my friends, well, some of them are investors, and two of them called, realtors, real good friends of mine, asking me what I thought about what was going to happen. Kind of as this economy seems to just kind of stagnate. And my suggestion to anybody is just to be patient and wait, because this reminds me of 2006 and 7. Now, if you weren't around during that time, and I can't believe it's been that long, right? So what is it, like 17 years now since the financial crisis of 2008? But yeah, that's a lot of time for new people to now get into the game and not realize that it's all in cycles, and they do seem to repeat. So around 2006, I was getting out of the market. I sold about 17 properties, and I moved over to Texas, started buying up Texas. Now, the reason why I was doing that, because investing is all about math, right? It's just a simple math equation. If the math doesn't make sense, then it doesn't make sense, right? Because the fact is that some people invest and they're really gamblers. And you got to know if you're gambling or you're investing. And most people are gamblers pretending to be investors. Me, I'm an investor pretending to be an investor. So I look at things a little bit differently than most people, and I'm also a contrarian investor. So I actually go opposite of the masses. And when everybody is scared out of their mind, like in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's when I go in and I go shopping. But when everybody's euphoric, I'm selling property. So you can imagine what I was doing for the last 3 years. And now we're on position, because it does look like it's a repeat of what's happened before. And in 2007, people didn't really understand if it was whether it was going to go down or not. And Bernanke was saying, I don't see any problems in the real estate market. It always goes up. And it's just like Powell today. Powell is just, none of these Fed chairmen, I'm just going to let you know, in my opinion, know what they're talking about. I know, it's like, you're just a breakdancer, dude. How do you know? Well, I've got a better track record than they do, for sure. And if you watch Powell, just watch a 2-year bond, right? I'm giving you the secret. They're just following the 2-year bond. That's it. It goes up, goes down. That's what they're going to do. So look at that, and you'll understand where the Fed chairman's going to go, because he doesn't want to look like he's out of control, but he isn't in control. So this is a reason why he just kind of talks, and it's a lot of bullshit. Like before, he was saying that everything was transitory, and now it's massive. Anyway, back to the economy and real estate and where I think this is. 2007, people were doing some crazy things. I remember you could have bought a house at a new development that wasn't even built. They were doing some sort of, like, basically you put your name in, and if they draw your name, you get a chance to pay them money to build a house and hope that it all went well, right? And that's when I knew it was crazy. It was basically like a lottery. So I got out, and I'm glad I did. Now, the first year, people thought, well, look, Mike, you lost all this money. 2007, it still went up. But in 2008, everything corrected. So what do I think is going to happen now? Probably about the same thing, because like I said, with the math, if people can't afford the houses, and most houses are going, I think the average house now in the U.S. is like almost 400,000 or 400,000 up. That's insanity. Imagine how much money you have to make. And with the advent of AI and all these new technologies, people aren't going to have that type of money or the type of resources to be able to afford that. So that's why I think, in my opinion, you just got to be patient. Wait for the dust to settle. Wait for the things to happen that I think are going to happen, and then go shopping. Because if you buy now, you'll get stuck, in my opinion. Again, this is not financial advice. I've only been doing this for about 30 years, so I could be wrong. But this is what I've been doing, and that's why I position myself for what I'm positioning. And another reason why, if you think about where I'm positioned at, which of course most of you know, I live in Cancun. That's kind of where I see this market going in the U.S., because we are currently, right now, on the fourth turning. And there's a book in the 90s, some of you aren't even that old, but in any case, in the 90s, there was a book called The Fourth Turning. Every 20 years, there's a cycle. The last turning, which is the fourth turning, is the bad cycle. That's when you have the financial markets go bad, you have the war cycle, you have a lot of problems after 3 successful 20-year cycles. So anyway, we're in the fourth turning right now. Take it for what it is. It's a 90s book. It's kind of boring. Don't have to read it. Just go get the Cliff Notes. Do they even have Cliff Notes anymore? Anyway, that's how I got through high school. Cliff Notes. By the way, high school never taught me any of this stuff. So I'm trying to help you so you get to know. All right, so that's about it. It's about 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to end it right there. Enjoy your day. I'm going to give you one more look at the beach here in South Florida, where it is way expensive. Stay tuned for more.